Hi y'all, I'm Glenn, the corporate chef at Berkshire Grocery Company, and today I'm going to show you how a dessert that is as American as apple pie. And in fact, it is apple pie, but this one is way easier than the one that your grandma made, a lot less messy and way quicker. For an apple pie, obviously you're going to need to get apples, but how do you turn this into like a cut apple or apples to make an apple pie with? Basically, you're going to try to create this. So to do that, obviously we've got to peel them. We'll need to core them and slice them. Now, if not everybody's got, I understand not everybody's going to have an apple corer, and sometimes they're a bit difficult to use, but I'm going to show you another way to do it. Now to start with, obviously, is we're going to need to peel the apple. I'll do that real quick. Okay, so we've got a peeled apple. Another thing about apples, obviously, they turn brown. One of the ways to avoid that is to place them in some acidulated water. What you'll do, just simply fill a bowl with some water, add some lemon juice, and put your peeled sliced apples in it. Now, back to getting the core out of these. Now, once again, not having an apple core, the easiest way to do this that I found is to slice it in half, just like that. And then we'll slice it again to get us quarters. And what you're going to do is you're going to expose that core, those seeds. So how to get rid of it is just take and just cut a slice like that. And that'll remove all the bad bits. And you have a clean slice of apple. And then from there, you simply quarter it. Do it again. In some ways, I think it's actually quicker than an apple core. And that's what I don't like about apple cores. You never know if you're going through the core. You know, you'll get through it and you'll get off center, and you'll find that the core of the apple's still there. This way you get a clean, nice quartered apple that you can slice and you'll be ready to go with. And once again, place it in the acidulated water until you're ready to cook. Now, the beauty of this recipe is how quickly and easy it cooks. So one of the things that makes that happen is the fact that we are going to pre-cook the apples before they go in the oven. And this is probably going to take about 5 minutes. So what you start off with is fairly, a good size, like a 12-inch saute pan, and you get it hot over a medium-high heat. And from there, we're going to add some butter, a couple tablespoons, and this is going to sizzle pretty well when we put it in. Let it melt. And wait till it gets good and melted. Wait till some of the foaming subsides. You don't want to let it burn, which it can do quite easily if your heat's too high. Once we've got most of this melted, go in with your apples. And you want to get them coated with some of the butter and just let them cook down for just a little bit. You can let that cook, and in the meantime, we are going to mix together some of our other ingredients. We've got maple syrup, a little bit of sugar, lemon juice, pinch of salt, a bit of cinnamon, and cornstarch. And the cornstarch is what's going to thicken up the filling. We'll whisk that together. It's really important that you get the cornstarch nicely dissolved in there. Once you do that, just set that aside for a few seconds and go back to stirring our apples. So the apples have cooked 5-6 minutes up to this point. And, you can go a little bit longer if you want. If you like them a little darker, they're pretty much ready. So we're going to kill the heat. And we are going to add our little mixture of maple syrup and lemon juice. This is going to create a bit of a sauce. And you're going to want to let this cool for, 3 or 4 minutes. Just cool down enough to where you can handle the pan a little bit easier and it doesn't cook the dough when you place it on top. Once you got all the apples nicely coated, give it a rest, and we'll add our pie crust next. So our apples have cooled, and we are going to top it with some pie dough. Now you can, of course, if you've got a great pie dough recipe and one you like to use, and you don't mind going to the extra length, that would be perfect for this. We've just used a store-bought just to let you guys know how quick this recipe really is. So we've got a thawed out pie crust. This is pretty much ready to go. It doesn't have to be perfect looking. Just roughly lay it on top You know, it's just get it kind of close. Now that we've got our pie crust on, we're going to brush it with, just lightly brush it with a little bit of beaten egg white. And we're going to sprinkle it a couple tablespoons of sugar. And from there we go into the oven. And we're going to cook that about 20 minutes. I think it's a really great dish. We're going to go ahead and plate this up. Now you can just simply serve it, you know, as simply or as fancy as you want. Once again, this is a simple dish. You could stop right there, and I think your guests would be perfectly happy with that. But we're going to doll it up. A little bit of ice cream and some caramel sauce. So, got that. A little warm caramel sauce. And there you go. Skillet apple pie with caramel sauce and vanilla ice cream. So if you like apple pie, but you hate the baking process, this is the recipe for you. And what's cool about it is you don't have to wait till a special occasion. You can make it at your next family meal. You can find this recipe in the August issue of Celebrate Cooking. It's available online or at your neighborhood Brookshires.